Always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
MLB is incoming, and you won't miss a game. Introducing Scorpion TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN+, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch 400 local network channels from Panama City and most major markets. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. Just $45 a month with our promo code ESPNNW. Go to ESPNPC.com and click the Scorpion TV logo.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida. Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey! Wake 'em up, wake 'em up. Oh!
Gonna get you hot up. I'm gonna make it wet. Say hot up. Hot up. Rubber dub with me. Chugging hot tub.
Yeah!
Really make me sweat.
Yeah!
Chugging hot tub.
Yeah!
Really make me wet. Yeah!
Well, it's a beautiful Thursday here in Paradise. We appreciate you listening this morning. Give us a call, 215-6290. I love this day, especially now. Jeremy is back in the building. Hey, I feel like we feel things just better now. You know?
We hit the jackpot.
Yeah, yeah.
We got cake this morning.
It
we
was
got
unbelievable,
good guests
man.
this morning.
And his dad made the cake. It was incredible. Josh is back in the building. This is, I mean,
there's just one slice of it left here. Josh has not devoured his yet.
if he doesn't eat it quickly, it might not be any left.
We're going to
here.
arm wrestle for it in the next break.
I don't need any still shots of me on the live feed.
Hey, I'd like to have that recipe.
We'll get
See
it.
if you can get it. Text it. He can get it to Julie.
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably have to make it.
I'd like to dive in a 55-gallon drum of that icing.
That's one of the best cakes. When I first looked at it,
Creamy.
what is
and
this?
I didn't recognize it. It's like, what is this fabulous thing
What's it
going on in
called?
my mouth?
It's caramel cake.
Caramel
Just
cake.
plain old caramel
I don't know if
cake.
I've ever had a caramel cake before. That was really
I
good.
like that.
Yeah.
Next time you come, you could bring in a little bit bigger pieces. I guess
For
it was
the whole
pretty popular at home too. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
very, very popular there. So yeah.
Anyway, Josh, what do you've been on a break? Maybe you got a little vacation time.
Got a little vacation. Went to see my folks over in Orange Beach, Alabama for a little bit, and then went down to the land of Disney for a week with my wife's family. So getting back this week into the rhythm of all things Bay County athletics.
Every time I look at Josh, I think about one of my favorite boys. He reminds me so much of Daniel Bush. They look alike. Daniel aced, perfect score SAT.
Oh wow.
Full ride to the University of Alabama. Worked for Nick Saban, recruiting. Unbelievable. And when the new guy came in, he got rid of all
What's
of them.
different about Josh?
Yeah.
You get a haircut? Or?
Yeah, Daniel he wears his hair like that too. That's the reason I say he looks just like Daniel Bush. I need to get a picture of him, send it to Dan, so your brother's here, because y'all do really treat you. Look like each other. Highly intelligent.
Got a little more gray over the last couple years. So.
Well, the job you have,
Welcome
get
to the
ready for
club.
it. Anyway, I want to start with Jeremy. Jeremy, you're back in town. You took a little time off.
Yep.
Tell me about, I saw the pictures of your family, and I want to go there. Was it worth it? Did you enjoy it? Tell us about your trip, where you went, what you guys did.
Well, we glad to be back, Coach, and certainly miss being with all of you. We did get a couple of weeks away. We went up to South Dakota, a place I've been a few times, but not been able to take the kids, and we just kind of cut out those last 2 days of school. We ended a little early. And hit the road, but saw the sights that many in our listening audience have probably seen, like Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse and the Badlands, and then Wall Drug, which was kind of, I think, the original Buc-ee's back in the day, as far as just kind of
really?
a place where there's everything in the middle of nowhere. Went over to Devil's Tower in Wyoming, and it's kind of just sort of headquartered in Rapid City, and just
How far was it to Wyoming from where y'all started out?
It was about an hour, 45-minute interstate ride. You know, and just get on the interstates and go. Interstate speed limit's 80 in South Dakota, so you can guess what people are actually driving.
85, 90.
Yeah. So you can get around pretty easy, and just a great, 70-degree weather in the day, upper 40s at night.
Didn't they have a gun show or fight out in the street?
Yeah, it went to Deadwood where they recreate the battle, or the shooting of Wild Bill Hickok, and it's just really a neat throwback to another time, another place. There's Sturgis. Some of our bikers have been up to Sturgis.
Oh, did you go to Sturgis?
We went through Sturgis on the way there.
What was that like?
That is a place I think that's kind of the Woodstock of a biker. It's a town that just sort of exists and then kind of comes together around this biking event.
It's kind of quiet this time.
You're right.
Is it just like one main drag and that's what it is?
Yeah, it's a quaint little town, and it's interesting. You know how the Hollywood signs up on the mountain, you can drive into these places and you've got Sturgis on the side of one hill there. But just the biking culture, for those enthusiasts here, it's kind of the mecca. It's where you want to go, where you want to.
Now, which one's bigger? Crazy Horse is still being built, I assume.
Right.
And then the Rush.
I think Crazy Horse will be bigger once it's all done. And
which one was like, wow?
I still standing at Rushmore, and we did the lighting ceremony, which I had not done before. So during the night when it's dark, gather there in the amphitheater, and then they give you a little history, and then all of a sudden they illuminate all the presidents there. And so it's the first time I got to see it at night there.
Wow.
Yeah, that was really cool. So it's a great trip. And then I came back and did a little sort of staycation in the area down around.
All right, we got to get our Mutual of Omaha Wild Kingdom update. Did you see Wildcat? I don't think you saw it. I saw it, and I was being kind of smart. Like I said, let's go water skiing. Tell everybody where you're at, and that's one of the biggest sharks I've seen. A hammerhead, correct?
Yeah, it was hammerhead.
Talk about this.
Yeah, I actually posted tongue-in-cheek that it was in Lake Alice and Wee-Wall Hitchcock just to mess with the locals over there.
Man. I believed him. I said, how did the shark get in there? I did. I was like, how did that shark get in there? I dog it, Jeremy. Dang it.
But we were
I believed it.
We were down at St. Joe Bay, at Cape San Blas, and riding along in the boat, and a couple of guys alerted us, kind of pointed off in the distance, and so we kind of pulled back on the gas there and kind of started looking, and I saw the big fin through the water, and we eased up.
And it was
close.
big. It was big.
About a 10-foot hammerhead, and I've heard of the hammerheads coming in and kind of feeding in the shallows there, but this is as big as I've seen. And we were, me to Josh at one point when he's just darting around, and he kicked up a stingray off the bottom, and you saw the white of the belly, and it was 2 chomps, and it was over for the stingray. And we watched him for about an hour before he got his fill, and then he started on out to the deep water.
Did you have your kids with you?
Oh, yeah.
The sharks they see all that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jordan saw him and said, "Hey, buddy." I said, "That's not your buddy."
They will eat you, Jordan. What did Jordan like the most of the trip?
The prairie dogs in South Dakota. They are just hilarious, with all the barking that they do, and then they flip and they cut. And so you've got these prairie dog colonies out there, and
so you just drive by and you can look out.
You can see them. Yeah, pull up on the side of the road, and they'll bark at you, and they'll dart around and play and carry on. But they really are like the golden retrievers of the prairie. And,
wow.
And so, for all the historical sites, I'm trying to show them. Hey kids, this is important. No, where are the prairie dogs?
Yeah, that's cool. See any dinosaurs when you're out there?
We did see the mammoths. There's a mammoth exhibit there that kind of was discovered in they were doing a development of a housing project and hit where all of these mammoths had fallen in this sort of sediment and died, and got to see all that being excavated, and it's still so it is just a neat part of the world.
Well, and Custer's Last Stand out, did you get to see that?
No, did not get there.
That's kind of out, isn't it?
Yep, that's a little further there. So, but we packed in a few days of travel, and it was just good family time, and we just get up in the morning.
As far as finding hotels, did you have hotels already registered, or did you just go and find it?
We actually had 2 days in Custer, and then kind of shifted to Rapid City, and then had a couple of nights there before coming back home.
No problems finding anything?
No.
Not that crowded?
No. There's only, I think, 400,000 or so people. I mean, very few residents of South Dakota, period.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
But is it beautiful?
Yeah, and we hit the timing perfect because school was really still in session in the north, because they have to make up snow days and things like that. So after the Memorial Day holiday, it was no wait to get in anything.
The pictures I saw, the weather like it was nice.
Weather was glorious. I mean, we haven't seen weather like that since March. just to have the break from the heat.
I really like to I'd love to do that trip. I know that people have been up there to see Mount Rushmore, that, Montana, Wyoming. I really want to go.
I'll give you an itinerary. Next year, go to Omaha, pick up a couple games at the College World Series, and then just go on out.
Up. Mm-hmm. If Bama could get there.
Well, you'll never make the trip.
Southern Mississippi, Auburn. I mean, Florida State. It's all new this year. It's crazy. Josh, you guys got to take some time off. What did you do with the kids? What'd y'all do?
Yeah, I went to Orange Beach. Saw my folks.
Love Orange Beach.
And so my dad's relocated down there. On the verge of retirement, so it's a good place to kind of end his career. And so we just got a chance to go to the beach, just hang out a little bit, and then obviously going to Disney's a little. It's a lot.
You had to go by the bank. Go by the bank, get a loan.
Yeah.
When you went to Orange Beach, did you have an opportunity to go to Jimmy Buffett's sister's restaurant?
Lulu's.
You've been there? It's good.
I've been there,
good.
but not this trip.
It's good. I like
it's always
that.
packed out. It's always a 2 hour.
What about that water park they have there, indoor water park near there? Have you ever been there? See, I'm thinking about taking the grandkids there this summer just for a night or two. I think we're going to do that. I think Jerry and them get on a trip and we're going to take them there. But was Disney, I heard it's not as crowded as it usually is.
It wasn't as crowded. Weather was not terrible, but when you're chasing sub 5-year-olds around the park, it's a job in itself. So we'll probably wait a couple years to go back.
No electrical storms to dodge?
None of those.
You were lucky. You were lucky. All right, we got to get into some great sports. Bozeman, man, what is going? Bozeman's made a different coaches here, there, everywhere. Brian Norman's been in a couple times with us. He's a new baseball coach. Do you know this one guy? He's very handsome. People are going nuts about him. I think he's a basketball coach. Do you know anything about this guy?
A little bit.
What's he like?
So
what's his name anyway?
So my little brother Austin moved over from Jackson, Mississippi last year and was on base staff, worked at Jinx this year, but obviously I had to stay far away from anything in terms of his interest in pursuing this opportunity. But he got offered the job at Bozeman and took it, and he's a young 24-year-old. Kind of like we were talking the other day. It's kind of like how when I was at Arnold, I was hired when I was 23.
Wow.
And he's 24, but he's knowledgeable. He's very sharp, very kid first and energetic. He works really hard, so he's going to do a good job, I believe. And he's got big shoes to fill. Obviously, with Matt Granville, the stuff that he built there, and then before that, Mike Memon. And but it'll be cool because the school's growing, and it'll be kind of it's not your little 1A Bozeman anymore. It'll be a little different platform.
Yeah, and I tell you what, so he's really got 23 years of coaching experience because his daddy, a legend up in Alabama. I still thought, I had no idea he'd moved to Orange Beach. Jamie didn't tell me. And then when you came in here one day, we were talking about it, and you told me he's over there. How many years your dad got in altogether?
He's got like 2 more years. So he's doing his best 5 at the
retirement?
end of it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but he's done everything he needs to do. So he's enjoying the last couple of years of his career.
I think Bozeman's going to be pretty good. Patton left the baseball program unbelievable. They got a lot of guys coming back, and Brian Norman knows what he's doing. That's set pretty well there. Basketball, I don't know as much. Football, I think that guy's a great coach. I think they'll be good in football. I heard people going over there. Basketball, how do you feel? That's a pretty good situation?
I'm not sure. High school sports now. You got people moving every other week to go to different schools. I will. The state statutes of Florida make it hard for consistency in terms of, kids staying at one school for all 4 years.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up.
You're going to talk about Georgia, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the Georgia, a state that knows what they're doing.
Well, I'll say particularly, though, for Bozeman, and this is not, taking away from our other schools and the classifications they play in, to be a 2A public, I think, is absolutely the gauntlet of trying to navigate into the postseason and be successful. That's
for every sport, because your private and charter schools historically throughout the state are that 2 to 3A.
They're in that 2 to 3A and have elite athletes and tremendous resources
and a lot of more pull to get kids into the doors.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
metro areas. So the 2A and for their success in a big jump. I mean, a 2-class jump to go from 1R to 2A. That's pretty big.
Have you heard what the great southern state? I said the further north, the further south you go, the more north you can become in the state of Florida. We're truly not a southern state like Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, South Carolina, Tennessee. No. But Georgia says, bring it on. You're not going to do this anymore. You go to Georgia, you enter school as a 9th grader, you transfer one time. After that, you're going to sit out a year. Regardless, you're sitting out a year. I love it. I wish we would do that in the state of Florida.
And you got to have proof of,
bona fide
bona fide transfer. So you got to have proof of, your new residence, and you got to have proof of your old residence being, cut off. Mm-hmm. So you have to provide, lease terminations or, cutting off the bill. So they're taking an extra step.
Otherwise, you sort of winter in Thomasville and you take your springs up in your home.
I'm going to follow this closely because I know for a fact they're going to be challenged on this sooner or later. But the thing about it, if you do ever take anything to court, the young man or the young lady are going to still miss out for that year, one particular year, because it's going to take time to go to court.
It comes down to the state statutes that are different between Florida and Georgia, though. So we have the open enrollment stuff that we can't get around because that's in state statutes. They don't have that. So the Georgia Athletic Association can be a little more stringent because exactly right. it aligns with what their state, legislature represents. So,
well, Florida could go back and change they could do it if they wanted to, but they'll never will. All right, let's take a break. Let's talk about some of our great people. We have so many of them. I'll tell you what, Kyle Vandergriff came over yesterday. We drove around, looked at roofs. We talked about different types and everything. I learned a lot of things about the roofing business. He is incredible. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting, they design, they build commercial, residential. They can build anything. They're incredible. But if you want a roof, this is a place to go. It's Kyle Vandergriff. And hopefully we'll get him on here tomorrow. But again, looking for roofing, had some damage from the tornado, had some damage, go get it checked out. And if you think it's time to get one, you want to go with Vandy. Go with the local. That is the local. Vandy Roofing is number one. Legendary family. You know the family pretty well there, Jerry.
Yep, very good family. Solid.
Great people, no doubt about that. All right, we had a great time yesterday at the legendary J. Michael's restaurant on Thomas Drive. It was completely packed out. I saw Steve Johnson. I didn't see Steve in a long time. Big Bama guy. Big-time Bama guy. I saw Eric Baker down there. There are a lot of great people down at J. Michael's, like they always are. But they got the best seafood, the coldest beer, but every Wednesday they got that world-famous J. Michael spaghetti. Go check it out. You'll absolutely love it. Also, Beef O'Brady's was a big day for Pat Perno, the city commissioner over there in Lynn Haven. His restaurant's incredible. This is where you want to go. You want to sit and eat great food, watch all these baseball games that start tomorrow. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. That's the place to go. Once you're down there, go down and see Russ and Amber. What does Russ and Amber do for a living?
Oh, right now, I think today, even as we speak, they're changing their estate sale display that they had out. So if you were there yesterday or earlier this week, go back and check out the new display of their estate sale jewelry from $5 all the way up. And while you're there, get them to inspect your jewelry and give you a free cleaning. And it's all happening right now at David Adamson.
They do incredible work.
They do incredible work.
Love it. And they're great people. And they really are great people.
They'll really work with you on the prices too. That's what.
Yeah, they'll deal with you. They're good people, really are. We're going to try to get them back. I'm going to try to get them to up it up and come up in here with us.
I think so.
They need to do that. Stevenson Air Conditioning, the heat is here. We all know that. It's brutal. It's going to get worse as the summer goes on. If you got Stevenson Air Conditioning, you have no problems. If you got an old one that breaks down, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Stevenson Air Conditioning, they never lose to Vandy. They never lose to Oklahoma. They never lose to just about anybody. They're number one. Stevenson Air Conditioning. We'll be right back. Jeremy, Josh, Wildcat, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Thursday. Mostly sunny and likely thunderstorms this afternoon and evening with a wind at 10 miles per hour out of the south and the high of 86. Tonight, look for a mixture of mostly clear skies and a chance of thunderstorms with a temperature near 79. Tomorrow, a high around 85 and some sun in the morning, followed by light sprinkles. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Cold, creamy, and gourmet. Milkshake Factory is now open at Breakfast Point Marketplace near Publix next to First Watch. Unbelievably delicious handcrafted milkshakes and chocolates like the famous chocolate bark. Try the mouth-watering chocolate-dipped strawberry shake. Family-friendly fun and unforgettable shakes await. Milkshake Factory now open at Breakfast Point Marketplace near Publix next to First Watch on Back Beach. Milkshake Factory.
Hewitt Tire and Auto. Call 850-769-7323. Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com. On Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing, 850-265-1562.
I don't always talk to Alabama fans, but when I do, I ask for large fries. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest. I mean, we did it with an old-fashioned veer offense. Nobody ran. Nobody's doing it. That's old-time stuff. We'd been throwing the ball to the field and went to that. Are we back live on radio?
Oh, I think so. I don't know.
What do we need to tell people to do today? What do they need to go do?
What they need to do is go to the Herald Leader and vote for Best of Bay. And when I say vote, I mean vote for our sponsors that are on there, and also, which there's a list on there of who they are, and also vote for the Coach James Hale Show.
Yeah.
Because we are the Best of Bay.
I tell you what, El Rodeo's on there.
Yeah.
Russ and Amber, they're on there. David Adams are on there. We got a lot of my whole thing's is about on there.
You know, water seeks its own level.
I think I'm trying to set up a situation where I can speak in front of a huge gathering to get them to all vote for us.
Yeah.
Probably all three services. I'm working on that. Maybe
a little promo.
Yeah, a little promo. I don't think you legally can do that, so I might not have to. I might just stand up and do
legal
it.
schmiegel.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll circulate that video you did last year.
That was good. Yeah, kid landed on my foot. I screamed. Had to cut out a couple parts. No, that was fun. When are y'all doing that again?
We're doing that, and the day after the Alabama-Florida State game.
Okay, I'll now that I know that I expect my invitation in the air in the mail again. That was fun. Good food, good people.
Created just a big tailgating atmosphere on the very first weekend of football, and everybody brings their own dishes, and we spread them out between services. People come and sample because it
was good.
I mean, you eat wings at 9:30 in the morning on a football day. Might as well do it on Sunday.
I got to ask you both. Wildcat and I talked about that yesterday. What did you think? Lee Corso's. We kind of thought maybe Tallahassee, and then we thought, well, I don't know. Kurt Herstry might not want that. They don't treat him that well in Tallahassee. Maybe did they have something to do with it? Probably not. But probably what happened to do with it is you got number 1 Texas and probably number 1 Ohio State probably versus number 2 Texas. That's where they're going to go. Fox is going to be there with their game day show. ESPN's going to be there. SEC versus Big Ten. So I get that. But I thought it'd been kind of cool if they had let Lee pick it at FSU. But I do believe the first game he ever picked was, I think Ohio State was involved.
Ohio State was involved in it. That's exactly right.
And the number 1 team he's picked the most his whole career has been Ohio State. Number 2's been Alabama.
Right.
So what do you think about it? You okay with it?
Yeah, I mean, there's the sentimental side from his coaching days at FSU, but you've got, exactly as you said, 2 Titans, SEC, Big Ten. It is a little unusual for ESPN to go to a Fox site. They've done it before, but they kind of lose the ability to stay in it, if you will, going to the sidelines and extending the coverage.
Like Foxes will be in there.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't like it when they did it. What game was it last?
Alabama, Texas, a couple of years ago, they were out there.
And actually, Fox did a better job, I think.
Yeah.
I kind of was going back and forth. So I question, I know what you're saying, I kind of question that too. Josh, what do you think? You're okay with either way? You don't.
Either way.
He's old man. Who cares? All right, let's get into baseball. I got y'all's opinion on this.
Speaking of baseball, you know what today is?
What is today?
Today is the ceremony of the first inductees into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Wow.
There are 10. I have the list of the 10.
Who are they?
Inductees. Okay, starting at number 10 is Roger Clemens. Number 9, who is one of the first ones to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, is Honus Wagner. Number 8, Stan Musial. Number 7, another one that was inducted on the first day of the Baseball Hall of Fame was Ty Cobb. Walter Johnson at number 6. Hank Aaron, oddly enough, at number 5.
Woo!
And then, of course, Ted Williams, and really the only name that, one of the names that I recognized, I guess because I was alive while he was playing, Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
At number...
was Barry Bonds involved with the steroid things?
Yes.
That's what I thought. I remember.
But he made it into all. Yeah. And then, of course, number 2, Willie Mays, and then number 1, the Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Some of those are from that sort of juiced up era of baseball. And I just see this funny that said, we should have suspected something and they showed a picture of Bill Murray standing next to Mark McGwire when Bill Murray had a better physique than Mark McGwire.
That's sad.
Hey, isn't Willie Mays from Alabama also?
There's ties there to Alabama.
I think it's from Alabama.
I think North Alabama there. I think
I thought it was Birmingham. But Hank Aaron, Mobile, Alabama, they got a stadium down there named after him. He was, I grew up watching him. Man, I remember when he broke the record for the home runs playing for the Braves. I remember that.
And one of my favorite Roger Clemens highlights, he beamed somebody and it hit the guy right in the rib cage, but his arm came down and covered the ball up, and it kind of stuck there. Guy took the ball out from his rib cage and threw it right back as hard as he could at Roger.
Take this.
Oh, speaking of baseball, let's get you guys' opinions on these. We got Arizona versus Coastal Carolina. Ron Mulvey's, he spent his big-time money down there, and it's paid off. He was doing it the old-fashioned way, the behind-the-door scenes. Now it's all legal. 1 o'clock Central Time. This is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Arizona, Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina's won like 23 games.
Coastal Carolina's pitching is solid.
And they can hit, too. I mean,
yeah, but they can keep you from scoring, and that's the big thing here. Bats are always,
I don't think you were here last week. Yeah. I had Auburn winning it in 2. I said Auburn's going to win it. I think Auburn's going to win the whole thing. And Coastal, that 4 was it 4-1 the first one?
Yeah,
that was, and then they lost by 1. But you got to win that first game.
The first game is in the best of 3 or going to Omaha. I mean, in a regional, you just got to win game 1.
Anyway,
no way back.
Good for Coastal Carolina. I was heartbroken for Auburn. Did you watch any of the Auburn game? What did you think about it?
Yeah, I had one of my younger brothers was there at the game. He's a avid Auburn fan.
Yeah.
And but he was there for all the regional, super regional, and he was very upset.
Yeah, I really thought they were going to do something.
But credit to Coastal, like Jeremy said, their pitching was nothing like. I mean, it was solid. Like it wasn't anything off the chain, off the charts. But they placed balls where they needed to, and their defense was pretty good.
1 run with the aluminum bats is pretty incredible.
What is it like? Auburn baseball, basketball, the fans show up like it's crazy. The facilities are outstanding. They got a roll in there. They get the football going this year. Auburn's. It seems like everybody's on the same page. They enjoy going to games there.
Yeah, he said it was a sellout. Multiple days.
Oh yeah, you could see it.
Just standing room only. And they've done a lot of to Plainsland Park. They've done a lot of renovations. So it's big. I mean, SEC baseball. Every every SEC baseball stadium it's not Murray State. You saw pictures of that.
Wow.
Like it is.
That makes me pull for them when I see
absolutely.
the bless their hearts,
Yeah,
what
we
they
got-
have to go through. I can't believe they're where they're at. It was like Wildcat. You look at them, how can they even do anything? It's amazing to me what they've overcome.
Have mercy.
Hey, but one quarter of the field's from the state of Kentucky.
Yeah. Unbelievable. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We'll come back and finish up with this World Series of baseball getting cranked up tomorrow. Louisville, Oregon State. We'll talk about all of them when we get back. But, Ryan, you want to give us a call today? We got a great gift going away. We're going to let you choose. It's either Chicago or L.A. to the riots. You get a first-hand seat. You can see it all and experience it and bring it back right here. Paid for by Wildcat and ESPN North.
Bulletproof vest included.
Yeah, it's going to be outstanding. It's a new sporting world.
Fire extinguisher included.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Go vote them best for Bay. I tell you what, they got two great locations. Front Beach Road, 10908 Front Beach Road, park in the back. Great, huge, big facility. All these vacationers, they're down in there having a great time. But the one I love, I love it. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, right across the street from the Navy base, right here on Navy Drive or Thomas Drive. I hope Julie wants to go tonight because I'd like to go. On Thursday night, you can go in and watch them sing. We're trying to get Wildcat to come in there. You're going to see some of the great entertainment around Bay. Wildcat, they can sing. There's people around here that can sing.
Oh, yeah.
Really talented people. Go in there and watch them sing. If you love happy hours, they got the best of anywhere. You buy one, get one free. House wine, margarita, and draft beer. The food's incredible. Great places to have birthday parties. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Do you want to look better? Just feel better. Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. Listen to Jason every Tuesday and Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. If you're a coach out there, you know who he is. You need to go visit with him. If you're a parent, you got a son and daughter involved in sports, you want to get them bigger, faster, stronger, just built better. Lose weight, gain weight. Jason Kovaleski can make it all happen for you. 23rd Street in Pier Park, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Skin cancer can be deadly. 1 in 5 develop it. Take care of your skin. If it doesn't look right, feel right, go see the legendary Dr. Ward. He did a great job yesterday. You know where he's at right now, Jeremy?
No.
He's out at the World Series. He was out there yesterday.
Getting out there.
Him and his son. We're going to be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
I buy socks from the supermarket. Is that weird?
Yes, weird. That's strange. Supermarket socks?
I support it. You're going to rip every sock anyway.
No,
some socks are very nice. And you want to take care of them.
There's a certain level of comfort.
I like supermarket socks.
Well, if you like it, then you like it.
Yeah, you like it, but I assume that you like it because you don't know no better.
Evan Canty and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job. It's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control. Our family protecting your family.
This Father's Day, reward that special dad with a place to unwind and just chill out. Portable buildings for dad are available in all price ranges at Best Way Portable Buildings. The best in portable, period. Just north of the Old Mall, Highway 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. And mark your calendars for June 28th and 29th from 9 to 3. It's a multi-family yard sale at Best Way Portable Buildings, a Golden Age builder.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Yeah. You and him are friends. Mm-hmm. That's cool. All right, let's get Josh. We got Josh with us. We got Jeremy. Talking about this World Series of college baseball. Who do you guys like? Arizona, Coastal Carolina. What do they won now? 23 games in a row. They're the hottest team out there right now. I've been picking against them. I picked Southern Mississippi to beat them. Montgomery didn't happen. Picked Auburn to beat them. Didn't happen. I don't know if I'm going to pick against them again or not. Who you like?
I like one of the SEC schools. I kind of hate how they. I wish they would reseed. Thank you. After everybody plays it out.
Why don't they do that? Why do they not reseed it when they go to the World
Series? If the little guy's already knocked off the Goliath one time, they get to be Goliath.
All right. Okay. All right.
Spoken from a baseball guy.
There you go. I'm not going to argue. Arizona. Who wins this one?
I think Arizona wins it.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay. You got Louisville. They've done a really good job. They beat Miami, which Southern. If they had came to Hattiesburg, they'd have got beat. I'm telling you that right now. Southern messed up. Oregon State. I watched them get FSU. If that outfielder does not catch that ball, he stole away a grand slam. Mm-hmm. If FSU gets that grand slam, that's a totally different game. They were down so big, but they fought back. They lost 14-10. But that one play, I think, is the difference in that ball game, or one of them anyway. Oregon State's better than I thought. Who do you like in this one?
Oregon State, solid.
Oh, I didn't ask you. Arizona, Coastal Carolina?
I took Coastal Carolina.
All right, got one Coastal. We got one Arizona. Okay. Now, who you like? Oregon State, Louisville?
Oregon State.
They're hot.
Yeah.
You believe in them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't watched them a lot, but I watched the FSU series.
That's a solid ball club. That's a stealthy, sneaky ball club. Yeah. Pretty tough. I know it was a long trip for Florida State and all that, but no, that's.
I watched all three of those. Yeah. Okay. You got the Murray State. What are they? Wait, what's Murray State? The Bulldogs? What are they?
The Racers.
The Racers. Yeah. The Moonshine Racers. That's right. Murray State versus UCLA. Who you like?
I think that's my Cinderella.
Murray State.
I think yours is what, Coastal. Mine's got to be Murray State. Just because I think that's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, if you saw the pictures of their facilities,
I've been there. It's not impressive.
I've called high school games at better places.
Rutherford's facility is a little better.
I tell you what, just for that reason alone, I hope they do really well. That's incredible. You know what though? I love people from Kentucky. My brother lives up there. They're wonderful people. You know, everybody's worried about Wildcat. Yeah, but he's a little bit different. He's out in the hills of Kentucky. Have you ever seen Wildcat on Facebook? You ever see that movie Deliverance, that banjo player?
Don't you start that again.
That's either Glenn, or is it more like Glenn or more like...
more like Glenn.
More like Glenn. Now, Wildcat's very handsome. No doubt about that. Who you like? You going Murray State?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Who you like?
I like Murray State. I like the draw against UCLA here. I really do.
Are y'all going off ability, or y'all just what you want to happen?
Just watching some games, I think
Murray State can match up with them. I really do.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right, Murray State. Sounds good. The big one. I cannot wait to watch this. Now, I hate they're playing each other first. I don't like this at all. Yeah. I think it's a slap in the face to the SEC. We got LSU, Arkansas. I watched Arkansas against Tennessee. I think I watched that stadium. You couldn't get anybody else in there. They love it. They're loud. They got good players. That's a great program. I like LSU too, though. I watched LSU. There was 11,000 people at their games. Who you like, LSU, Arkansas? That's going to be great.
I don't know. I like watching.
Where is that game?
This is all the World Series out at Omaha. Okay. They're all made it. This is it. This is it now. Yeah. Okay.
I watched a lot of games I watched a couple games of LSU throughout the year in the SC tournament, but Arkansas they got that spunk, man. Watching them in Tennessee, they played 3 times this year.
Yeah.
I think watching them go at it was pretty good. They got some dudes.
The weather was beautiful. The crowd. I was impressed with Arkansas State. I was impressed about everything with Arkansas. They defeated the defending national champs. Yeah. So you're going to go Arkansas?
Arkansas.
And I love those LSU Tigers, too, now.
Call the Hogs.
You going Hogs?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, all right, Walker.
All right.
We got 2 Hogs, and we have a Tiger.
I have 3
We have a
hogs.
Tiger. No, 3 Hogs.
Now, here's the big question: what fan base will win the Rocco's Jello Shot Challenge?
Hey, we know without even asking that, man.
LSU go to
LSU will outdrink the entire town.
They spotted Murray State their first 100 for free or something like that.
That's awesome.
Did you see? I have it written down so if I can find it. The Jello shots that they did is incredible. They're $5 shots. They were $5 shots. I'm not sure they're the same anymore. And they did the top ones, and absolutely the LSU Fighting Tigers. It wasn't even close.
68,000.
Do you have that little article? They had all of them.
Oh yeah, the board from last year.
Crawfish.
This is some serious drinking. We got some major alcoholics that can be out there. I got it somewhere.
Well, this is the same crew that went into Nashville and drank them dry when they were playing Vanderbilt one year.
God, where is it? I just had it.
Oh.
Give us a second. These are Jello shots. This is really important stuff. Jello shots, sports, they go hand in hand. And I can't believe I can't find it.
Are you talking about the board from last year and the numbers?
This was all time. All time.
Okay. Because last year, LSU was...
This is a all-time drinking Tigers. Let me find it. You know what? Forget it. I can't find it.
We'll find it.
Any other time, it'd be right in front of me. It is. I just can't see it. Anyway, I know LSU was number 1. Wasn't even close. Tennessee, I think.
Tennessee had 38,000. A&M had 32,000. Like, they were up there, but yeah. LSU 68,885 or something like that. It was nuts.
Did it have the money on there, the amount of money they spent? I want to say it was $400,000 LSU spent on their drinks.
Yeah, I mean, at $5 a pop, just do the math on that, 70,000 times 5. I mean,
I got it here somewhere. Oh, here it is. No, that's not it. Anyway, it was incredible. And you go to Hoover. Here it is right here, Jeremy.
Okay, go for it.
LSU, this is the College World Series Jello Shot Challenge. $5 per shot. LSU spent $344,000. They are the champions. Wake Forest out of the ACC. Can you believe that? This is how many LSU bought. 68,888. Number 2 was Wake Forest. They bought 7,622.
Close second.
Yeah. They spent $38,000. Number 3 from the great state of Texas, TCU. They bought 7,070. They spent $35,000 on Jello shots.
Shame to you, Texas.
And thank goodness all you alcoholics here in Florida. The Florida Gators at number 4. They spent $21,000 on Jello shots. 4,136. I think Dr. Ward got started. He's trying to help him out. Yeah. Oral Roberts. What is this about? Oral Roberts? I can't believe they're in there. They're next. 33,223. They spent $17,000. And then Tennessee, $11,000, 2,207. Stanford, 912. They spent 5.5K. And Virginia, they bought 872, 4.3K. Total Jello shots. I guess this was last year, okay, or whenever Florida was out there. 475, almost $500,000.
For Rocco's, yeah.
Unbelievable. Crazy, man.
I'm really disappointed.
I've never had a Jello. Have you ever had a Jello? I've never had a Jello shot.
In related news, Rocco's is opening in Baton Rouge.
There's a Busy Bee opening up, the biggest and only one in the great state of Mississippi, right near Highway 49, Interstate 10. It's huge. They're pumped up about that. Have you had a Jello shot? I can really say I've never had one.
Yeah, I've had a Jello
shot. What is they just mix Jello gel and put some alcohol in it and freeze it?
They're a little harder to make because alcohol has a tendency to not freeze, but it will gel in the shots. And
is it strong?
No. I mean, they should be made strong, but really they're not.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I can't wait this week. That is your World Series. It lasts about a week. Do most people go out there and stay? When you went, did you stay the whole time?
We actually went for the finals in the best of 3. One, because the crowds are leaving. Your team's eliminated. You're going home. tickets open up, and that particular year was Mississippi State and UCLA. So Mississippi State did, suck up a lot of tickets, but UCLA didn't travel as well, so we were able to find, pretty good seats. But I think people come and go. I mean, if you can get in with your team, you want to see them play, you're going to be there those first couple of days because there's no guarantee as well. But if you want to be in the experience, go later.
And I've heard you have to stay kind of outside to get hotels, as so many people come so early.
We were in Omaha, but we also went out to Lincoln because University of Nebraska is not far. And,
I like to see their stadium.
Well, funny story there. So we go out and campus empty. And we found this guy. We're like, can we get in and look? He said, well, not really, but I'm the maintenance guy. Come with me. So he just took us in, showed us President's Box, walked to them. Gorgeous.
Yeah, I'd like to see their stadium.
Yeah,
I really
gorgeous.
would. I think because kind of
got to know people.
Let me ask this: as far as the hotels, when you get out there this time, do they jack them up?
Oh, they do. Yeah, I mean,
how about the food? Is food pretty expensive? I bet you can get a good steak out there.
Yes, you eat well.
Yeah, I like to go. I really thought Southern had a shot at getting there. I really believe if they beat Miami, I think they'd beat. I think they'd have been there. I really do. That's just me. All right, let's talk about some of our great people that we absolutely love them and appreciate them. John and Charlotte, we love you guys. Wonderful people. They own all the Newbies, and they've been in business for 50 years, which is incredible. What kind of business can last for 50 years? Newbies can. Newbies 2 on the Curve. Go watch all sporting events. Head on down to the mothership. Listen to the best bands in the Southeast every weekend. Charlotte's going to have the best entertainment pack every single night down there. If you're here on vacation, you're going to wind up at Newbies. You'll see people you hadn't seen since high school. It's that famous. Everybody from the Southeast always goes down to Newbies. So should you. Also, a legend. We love him. And I want to thank Josh for recognizing him at the Arnold football game this past year. It was his 25th year on Bay County sidelines. Now he starts his 26 years on Bay County sidelines taking care of Bay County athletes. He's one of the first guys to be trained in robotic surgery. The guy is incredible. People come from all around just to have his magical hands operate on him. The guy is a legend, Dr. Chad Mitchell. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Do I have time to do one more? Let's do one more. If you love bikes, and who doesn't? Get yourself a bike. Get your wife a bike. Get some exercise. Get an electric bike. You get right out as far as you can. You get tired. You're worn out. Man, I got to get back home. You know what? Switch on electricity. Boom. You don't even have to pedal. You're back home. My roommate in college told me that's the reason he got it. They said, man, this is the greatest thing going. They're throughout Bay County. They're throughout the Bay Point. People love those things out there. Get you a helmet. Wear a bike helmet.
There you go.
Old-fashioned bikes, electric bikes. Steve's got a huge selection. Steve's Bike Shop
and a huge
right there on 23rd Street, right across from Sam's.
Yeah.
Josh, he's a swim coach at Mosley. He does a great job.
Yep, he does that. Panama City Swim. He does a lot for our community. A lot during the summer for kids, elementary school up, trying to teach them how to swim, and does a lot for us on the competition side too. So, great guy.
Great guy. And I want you guys to do me a little favor. We always ask for it. It worked for Laura Baker. I'd ask you to do it for us right now. Jeremy's done it several times. I want you to pray for Wildcat. He's going through some health issues. We want you to pray for Ryan Mulvey, Michigan Eddie. Anybody's dealing with this dreadful disease, but keep those people in your prayers. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Hi, this is Ryan Mulvey, and thank you for nominating the Inside Drive on the 2025 Best of Bay. To vote for the Inside Drive as the best radio show in Bay County, go to ESPNPC.com and click Best of Bay. And remember, for a brighter future, vote the Inside Drive in 2025. This message funded by ESPN Northwest Florida and the Committee to Elect the Inside Drive.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Thursday. Mostly sunny and likely thunderstorms this afternoon and evening with a wind at 10 miles per hour out of the south and a high of 86. Tonight, look for a mixture of mostly clear skies and a chance of thunderstorms with a temperature near 79. Tomorrow, a high around 85 and some sun in the morning, followed by light sprinkles. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Get ready to discover new adventures this summer and hit the road in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Our SUV family is built for all in adventures and endless possibilities. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. You'll find the perfect balance with comfort, safety, and technology. Now offering 1.9% APR up to 60 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Bill Bird Kia is the home of that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. See us today at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Enjoy the view this summer because the road is yours in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento with $1,748 per 1,000 finance in 60 months. Qualities limited. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is the Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 7725.
Welcome to It's the Coach James Hale Show.
But I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Live from the J. Michael Studio, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We never complain about what happens in the great state of Florida. We're happy with everything. We just found out something else. Josh just informed us, and we're going to inform you now. Baseball, we thought, we were like...
Oh, we were making progress.
Yeah, we thought we were getting better. We have... you had to win 2 out of 3 to get to the state championship.
At least until to the state tournament.
And then all of a sudden you get state champion. It's one and done. I mean, so I didn't understand that, but we'll live with it. Now we just find out it's been changed again. Tell us, Josh, the latest is going on in the world of sports in the great state of Florida and high school athletics.
All right. Man, where do you start?
2-hour show.
No, so the last board meeting we had with FHA a couple weeks ago, there's changes in a lot of different sports and a lot of different logistical stuff. But with baseball, the county ADs got together and they sent out a little feedback form in a couple of our meetings in our FIAAAs and different things. We've talked about, what's best, I don't know if... let me just say what it's going to be. I can give my opinions off air, but what they're doing now is the regional quarterfinals is going to be a single elimination game, and then when you go to the regional semifinal, it's going to be best of 3. But they're going the format of Friday, Saturday. So you play a Friday game, and the top seed host, so you're not traveling back and forth. So they got that right. And the Friday, Saturday, that was my pitch to them was the Friday, Saturday model like Alabama does and like other states do. That way you're not spending...
Is it 2 Friday and 1 Saturday or 1 Friday and then Saturday and an if?
No, it's a Friday and then 2 Saturday.
Okay, so that's Georgia how they do it.
Correct.
So Alabama...
Explain everybody what you're talking about now so people understand.
All right, so in Alabama, you go in and you play a double header on Friday. Now, we play very few double headers here in Florida. Maybe a tournament during spring break. So Alabama,
not even they're not even
allowed.
That. They're not allowed.
Yeah. So to play 2 games in one day, in Alabama is very common. So they go to the playoffs and they play the 2 on Friday. So you could wrap up the series on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
If
saves money. That saves money.
If you split, you go to Saturday. Yeah. Georgia has played a single on Friday, come back on Saturday, and if you play. And then go to the if game on Saturday. So it requires overnight travel, or at least back-to-back travel, depending on how far you are.
Yeah, we with all of our schools. I mean, we got penalized for having successful baseball programs this year because of the format last year, where we are traveling to Jacksonville,
spending all the money.
It was very frustrating. Even softball. I mean, softball had such a great year this year. Yeah. We are traveling a lot east, some west. But the amount of money we spent was frustrating. I think they're trying to condense that with the Friday, Saturday. That was my ploy was, hey, let's condense this. That way we put 3 games in over 2 days.
Time out, because I want to make sure I understand this correctly. So Friday, I'm going to say Arnold, we're on the beach. They get to play 2 games Friday night against Pensacola.
One Friday.
1 Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And
one game Friday.
Yep.
And then 1 game Saturday, and if it goes to the 3rd, then it'll be
but both those games we played Arnold?
All will be at the host school.
Oh, all 3?
Instead of...
Okay, good.
Instead of it going back the 3rd game to the lower seed.
I like that. It's bad. You don't get to play at home, but I understand that makes the season count.
Well, that just gives you more incentive to win. To host.
Yeah, I like that. That saves a little bit of money.
Yeah, the other piece, and I know Florida won't...
Jeremy, why do they do it Why don't they do it 2 games on Friday? That way, if they lose, they can only spend one
It'll be
night.
the first time you've played a doubleheader all season. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's just the restricted.
I'll just say it because I mean it's probably not my proposition was extend the season to 30 games and have you get a 5 games where you can play a doubleheader. So that's your maximum. So you are prepared and you can kind of train towards what it's going to be in the postseason.
Right.
That wasn't approved. Which is, it
kind of makes common sense to me.
Yeah, so everybody wants more games because, again, like in Alabama, Georgia, some of these you have a start date and an end date, and how many games you can fit in that season. Some people play 50 games in other states. We have 25. So my proposition was let's extend it to 30. That's reasonable. Those 5 games you can have at least up to 5 doubleheaders during the regular season. Prepare you for the regional setup.
The other piece, if I were Pope of baseball in Florida, I would eliminate the district tournaments, and we would play best of 3 with your district opponents during the season, so that the district games mattered during the season, not during this 1 week of a tournament where you could have the number 1 seed go in and get bounced week 1, game 1.
And it's going to who was healthy at the time.
And then the top 2 teams from the regular season go on, and you're going to get another week of play back. Because basically you play all of these games to get ready for the tournament.
Do they do that in Alabama?
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
And then they go to sub-regionals, regionals, and it's a good structure.
All right. The question is, bad weather. What happens that Friday, Saturday? We have bad weather. When's the next game scheduled? On a Monday, Tuesday? What? No, I mean the next round of playoffs. Is a week.
It'll be a Tuesday.
So if you had bad weather, would you have to maybe play Monday, then turn around and have to play on Tuesday?
No, actually, I misspoke. I think the next round would be that week. The next Friday, Saturday.
Okay, so you got time.
The first Tuesday will be the regional quarterfinal.
Okay. And is that also you got to win 2 games?
1 game.
1 game out of the regional quarter.
1 game quarterfinal, and then when you get in the Final Four, it'll be 1 game.
But that would be basically the 1-4 game or the 2-3 game.
So the first round you got to win twice. The next round,
First round, quarterfinal, 1 game.
Just 1 game.
Yeah, and then you advance to your regional semis.
Why are we talking about Friday, Saturday? If you lose.
That's the semifinals.
Okay. Yeah, that's your semifinals.
So 1.
Yeah.
All right. Next time you lose 1 game, you're gone.
Yeah. See, they made it very simple, very easy to understand.
So all of them.
I'm glad
you got to say that. I'm sitting there. Y'all confused me.
I'm glad you caught on.
Who was on first?
Anyway. Oh, my God. So they're going back to single elimination.
For the first round, regional quarterfinal is single. Regional semifinal final will be still best of 3, but the format changes to a Friday, Saturday at the host school compared to all the travel throughout the week.
Go to the state tournament, and you're going to play single elimination.
And another thing, my other pitch was how much seat time these kids were missing. You imagine these kids are living in Jacksonville for 3 days. And then the next week they're living in Jacksonville.
And that's the end of the year, too. It could be finals going on.
We've missed a lot of state testing for that.
Let me ask you this. Has there been any talk? I'd love to see every game across the board be played in Disney World of Sports. Probably won't ever happen because of politics and money. It's all about money. But is it probably going to be played again next year down in Fort Myers?
It will be. Yeah, it will be.
How many more years down there?
I don't know what the contract is, but I know for sure it's in Fort Myers for next year.
All right. Let's. Can we switch? How much time we got? Anything else going on we need to know about the county? I know we started the new sports. We got beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball coming, it was great this year. Flag football's coming, so we're doing that at Rutherford, at Bay, at Mosley, and Arnold. So that's coming it's a spring sport in Florida. So it'll be in this upcoming spring. Another news from the board meeting the other day was shot clocks coming to basketball.
Yes.
All right, so talk about that. That's more money you're going to have to be spent, right?
If you look at it that way, yes.
Yeah. Do you like that?
As a basketball guy, yes. As a county AD trying to fundraise for shot clocks, no.
Every gym's got to have one.
Yeah. I think it will be good in the long term. I think a lot of pushback.
Explain. Some people might understand what a shot clock is. Tell everybody what that is.
Yeah, so at the collegiate level and on it, and a lot of other high school associations have implemented it, but it's just it's a possession clock. So you have 35 seconds, 45 seconds or in NBA it's 24, NCAA it's 30, but you have 30 seconds to attempt a basket.
And what's it going to be in high school?
35
seconds.
So you're going to have a second person at the scores table.
Correct.
Required. I'm certain it's volunteers at the regular season level, but you're probably going to have to add additional assigned officials in the postseason to come in and work.
So in different states, it is a requirement that the official association provide the personnel. The FHA does not have that requirement, so a lot of times it could be just a trained adult.
You also have to have TV set up for replays. Did he get the shot off at the buzzer, or was it before the?
We haven't gone down that road yet. So
it grazed the rim.
If replay ever comes to high school, we're in trouble.
And then like in the NFL, where you got that guy standing on the sidelines with the orange gloves on his hands for network timeouts and stuff like that.
So in the postseason, they won't necessarily assign a clock keeper as well.
Correct. In regional play on, they will. But anything.
I know, like with volleyball, they'll go ahead and send the line judges in from the officiating association.
Regional play, it will be. I think it's good for the sport. I know there's a lot of. I was on the fence for a little bit, but being a basketball guy, I see where it can be good for teams that are not as talented as some teams, trying to upset teams, or that are trying to scheme against teams that are more talented. So a team doesn't go four corner. Yeah. Because a lot of teams, in playoff basketball, teams will four corner you. Like I remember playing Rickards one year, and they literally dribbled at the end of the half. It's a 3-point game at half, and they dribble across half court and hold the ball. We got to get out of our little stuff we're trying to do defensive wise.
It's going to change the game now. It really will, because
the other side of it,
their night, because if you don't have any talent, you're going to get embarrassed.
Well, that's the thing. Is the other side of it is at the high school level, there's a lot of developmental stuff. So it's half of the teams argue, well, we can't even get the ball across half court. Why do we need a shot clock?
All right, let's talk about some of our great sponsors. We'll come back. We got Alabama, we got Auburn, we got everything that's going on in the world of sports right here in ESPN Northwest Florida, home of the Atlanta Braves. All right, let's talk about. You know what? Our yard. If the yard doesn't look good, the property value goes down. You can't sell it. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to have a cookout. You want the yard to look good. A guy that can make that happen for you is Turf Pro Pest Control. Patrick and his crew will come out. They'll come up with a game plan. They'll execute it. Your yard will look absolutely beautiful. They do incredible work. If you got pests, little bugs getting in the house, they can also take care of that. Turf Pro Pest Control can do it all. They are incredible. That truck's throughout Bay Point all the time. Patrick, listen to him every Monday right here at 8:30 on ESPN Northwest Florida. I think I get most of the people. We're right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest
Don't
Florida.
forget to vote.
Go vote.
Best of the Bay.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Let's check out Greg first up.
So, Paul, as you know, and you've come back to the motherland of Alabama, why not Senator Feinbaum?
It would probably take more than one person to get me elected, though. Can you?
I'm sure it would, but
can you handle it? Do you have any idea what it pays?
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Thursday. Mostly sunny and likely thunderstorms this afternoon and evening with a wind at 10 miles per hour out of the south and the high of 86. Tonight, look for a mixture of mostly clear skies and a chance of thunderstorms with a temperature near 79. Tomorrow, a high around 85 and some sun in the morning, followed by light sprinkles. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Alabama Update. Brought you one of the great guys I love, Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason's a wonderful man, honest, hard-working, family guy, and they got a family business. They do incredible work. If you have a problem, get that house cooled off, call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Let them come out and service. Let them come out there and fix you all your problems. They do incredible work. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. That is Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jeremy, what do you have for us today on the mighty Crimson Tide of Alabama?
Well, we can start to fill in our calendars for game times and know the whole September schedule now. You can put that one in black ink, and it's looking pretty good. And we've known for a while FSU, Alabama, the season opener is a 2:30 kick on ABC, La Monroe. At 6:45, a night game at Bryant-Denny. Wisconsin's making the back end of the home and home coming down to Bryant-Denny, and that's going to be a 11 o'clock kickoff. I wonder if they were just going to try to offset Big Noon with a Big Ten team coming in there. So we forced into that early kick with Wisconsin. But, it was 11 o'clock kick up there.
It's going to be 11 o'clock in Tuscaloosa,
11
Wisconsin.
o'clock with Wisconsin, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so I was hoping for a little more, but
I don't like that.
Yeah, we did the 11 o'clock thing up there at Camp Randall last year, and it was fun. It was good, but I will say from that standpoint, the game was over at 2, and we had all afternoon, evening to just enjoy the campus and visit and tailgates and things. No real surprise. Alabama, Georgia, the rematch this year in Athens at Sanford Stadium will be at 6:30. So all the September games set. A couple of games under the lights. One early, one afternoon. Pretty good spread there, I think. If you're Alabama, you've got to be rather pleased with that, except maybe the Wisconsin game. I think that was kind of the marquee non-conference game, and it's going to be really early. We've shifted to this flex piece where they'll give you a window of when your game will be played, and so that first week in October, Alabama's been put in that flex window, which means the game can be played between 2:30 or 7. So I looked at the other games out here, and we're going to guess a little bit. In the flex window, the 3 games that have been set aside are Vanderbilt at Alabama, big rematch of last year's upset, Texas, Florida, and Mississippi State, Texas A&M.
Florida's going to be the night.
Florida's going to be the night game. Yeah. I think you can pretty much bank on. The question is whether or not Mississippi State, Texas A&M gets that 2:30 slot, or if Alabama Vandy gets pushed into the 2:30 slot. So hard to know. I don't really have a firm grip on that one as far as making any projections on afternoon or night. Missouri has been set for an 11 o'clock kick.
At Missouri,
yeah.
You going to that one?
No, I've been to a game there though, but it's pretty neat little stadium. But this was back when Missouri was in the
keyword little.
Yeah, Big 12. Yeah, this is very quaint.
I like to go out there.
Yeah, very Midwestern. Hard to feel really Southeastern. Just calling it like it is. The following week, Alabama's in that flex window again. There are 4 games: Tennessee, Alabama, Texas A&M, Auburn, Missouri is playing Arkansas, and Ole Miss, Georgia.
What did you say, Auburn and who?
Texas A&M.
That's going to be a night game.
I think that's going to be a night game. Alabama, Tennessee, 2:30 is just about a staple.
Yeah.
And we played them at night. I just hope it's that 2:30 game.
It's 2:30.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I hope I get your 2 tickets too.
Yeah, we'll get our cigars. So, speaking of tickets here, Jordan asked me. He said, "Daddy, how many tickets do you have?" I said, "I ain't had a speeding ticket in a long time, son." He said, "No, I'm talking about football tickets." And I said, "Oh, I didn't realize that because we've just been talking about people getting pulled over." And he said, well, can I go to an Alabama game this year? I said, yeah, you can go. And he said, are they going to sing that song about the broken bullfrog? I said, broken bullfrog? He said, yeah, the one that they sing. I said, are you talking about Dixieland Delight? What a 6-year-old hears, croaking bullfrog.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
Yeah, exactly what I thought. The broken bullfrog.
Now, that song, my granddaughters were there at the Tennessee game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Yeah, at least you heard, broken bullfrog and not other things.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't say that. Yeah, you're right.
All right, in the flex window for 2:30 to 7 the following week, Alabama, South Carolina, Texas A&M, LSU, Texas, Mississippi State, and Mississippi Vanderbilt.
Alabama, South Carolina got a shot, but
that Texas A&M, LSU put it at night.
That's probably going to be, yeah. Where's that game at? LSU?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
be put that one at night.
Yeah.
And I think Mississippi Vandy will be at night. You're not going to offset, so I think we might be at 2:30 in that one as well. LSU game has been pegged for a night game again. And then the interesting one here, the flex window, this was the same week that Texas, Georgia played, and Oklahoma, Alabama, and then Mississippi State, Missouri. Mississippi State, Missouri is going to be pushed into that ESPN2 night game. I just don't know if they're going to put Texas, Georgia at night or if they're going to put Oklahoma, Alabama at night. As
Texas, Georgia?
Yeah.
Texas, Georgia.
Yeah, well, Georgia rarely plays a big night game at home. Mm-hmm. Georgia likes the early.
Yeah.
They for whatever reason.
Who makes the decision?
The network's going to make that decision.
Night game.
Yeah.
That's going to be the game.
Network will do it.
Who's Alabama got that one?
Oklahoma. So you think it's going to be 2:30?
2:30.
All right. Eastern Illinois, mark it down, 1 o'clock.
11.
Nickelodeon.
2 o'clock. Yeah.
All right. And then the last week, we're in that flex window again, and it's the same week: FSU, Florida, LSU, Oklahoma, Alabama, Auburn. I have to think they're going 2:30 on that one. I cannot, but the Iron Bowl at night, we're not under those same restrictions we've been under. And I was at the one that was played in Tuscaloosa. We played at Auburn at night a long time.
Yeah, I was at one of them. They ran the opening kickoff back on one of them.
So here's what's different about this. See, CBS always had the game the same year that Florida and Florida State played, so CBS and ABC were offset. So you're never worried going to get a night game in Tuscaloosa. But you could put Alabama, Auburn at night on Thanksgiving weekend, or are you going to put Florida, Florida State at night on Thanksgiving weekend?
Oh, Alabama, Auburn. Iron Bowl's bigger.
Yeah, so don't rule out a rare night game for the Iron Bowl just yet.
Yeah.
LSU, Oklahoma is at Oklahoma. Oklahoma don't want to play in the middle of the night in November in Norman. It'll be freezing.
Yeah.
So intriguing.
When is Texas? And they play on Friday. Texas A&M.
Right. See, they're
they're Thanksgiving Day.
They're Thanksgiving Day. Mississippi State's the day before. So I really think you're going to see Alabama, Auburn at night. Just the novelty of an Iron Bowl in Tuscaloosa at night.
And it's funny, as we speak, there's no noon games for Florida.
None for Florida.
Which is unusual.
Yeah, Florida has been the poster child for these early kicks the last few years. So, and I think they're happy about it. I think Florida would rather play at night. And no one really wants that early game. Save the Georgia fan base. Georgia has played more early games than most. So, those are some intriguing things to watch here. You making any trips or got any locked in that you're going to?
No, Julie wants to go to the FSU game. I really don't want to go. It's 2:30. It's hot. It's miserable. Are you going?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to go. Tommy, I think we get.
But see, I
probably get 2 tickets. I don't want to go.
But I've got all these non-conference games. When are we going back to Tallahassee? There's nothing on the schedule showing us go. So
do you see all the great games you'll miss I mean, you got Texas, Ohio State. You got, I think it was Michigan, Oklahoma, or Texas A&M.
LSU, Clemson. I'll be back home by then.
Clemson. You got Notre Dame, Miami. There's so many good games on. Knowing how I drive and everything else, we'd probably miss most of the
Notice you didn't mention Syracuse, Tennessee.
No, I will not. How much time we got? Alabama Update's been brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. You're having problems. It's hot. We know it. Houses is not getting cooled. We understand that. You call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Not only they come out, they can tell you exactly your windows. They tell you everything, where the heat's getting away. They'll solve all the problems. I'll tell you that right now. They are great, honest people, and they don't try to take every penny out of your pocket. They're wonderful people.
Have them come out and do an inspection before. A stitch in time saves thousands.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. They do a great job. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. Not even close. Also, don't forget about Russ and Amber. David Adams and Fine Jewelry. They're incredible. They truly are wonderful people.
Crazy good estate sale going on now. You can get jewelry from $5 all the way up, and let them do a free cleaning and inspection on the jewelry you have. Sell your gold and silver to them. It's at an all-time high. David Adamson, Designer Jewelry, Highway 77, Lynn Haven.
If you're looking for a roof, I don't care if you're looking to build a building, anything, Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They design it, they build it. Commercial, residential, they can do it all. You want to design it, you do it, they'll still build it. They're incredible. Spent some great time with Kyle yesterday. We drove around and looked at different type of roofs and all these kind of things. The guy's incredible. They do a great job. Everything he touches turns to gold. Vandy Roofing is number one. Legendary family.
Family, yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Vandergrist's dad, mom, and dad are incredible. Don, Judy, wonderful people. Vandy Roofing, number one, not even close. We're right back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Auburn Tigers, what's going on at Auburn?
The ride home just got more dangerous. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your spot for the afternoon underdogs.
One of the more underrated. Fast as lightning. You know that he's got perseverance.
Weekdays 4 to 6 live from the CBC Construction Studio. Reactions, rants, and your calls at 850-215-6290. The afternoon underdogs are live and local. Weekdays on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Thursday. Mostly sunny and likely thunderstorms this afternoon and evening with a wind at 10 miles per hour out of the south and the high of 86. Tonight, look for a mixture of mostly clear skies and a chance of thunderstorms with a temperature near 79. Tomorrow, a high around 85 and some sun in the morning, followed by light sprinkles. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Hewitt Tire and Auto. Call 850-769-7323. Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com. On Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing, 850-265-1562.
This is where heroes are created, legends are born, and dynasties forged. The Sports Talk Monster, ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Hey, let me tell you something. Jeremy, you got a lot of Tigers.
A lot of them.
You got a lot of War Eagles to go to your church. I mean, a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Auburn, Alabama, Georgia fans in the Panhandle. We're a mixture down here. We got it all. FSU, Florida. We love college football down here. I saw James not too long ago. He was looking really good.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen Jenna for a while, but they enjoying that grandbaby. And you just, Craig Seegers.
Just baptized his baby.
What's Will?
Will, and let me tell you, he is a chunk. I mean,
Gonna be a big one.
I had to do some weight training to get ready to lift that one.
Hey, that's
a little
good.
rock.
He's got that height on him. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen Elizabeth. Had Steve. They doing good?
They're doing very well.
Tell them I asked about them. I hadn't seen them in a while.
Very excited to have Will, and had a big gathering at Sunday afternoon for him. So, and
I guarantee you that's a future Auburn Tiger.
You know it.
All right, here's Auburn, what we know so far about Auburn kickoff games. Baylor, now this game against Baylor's going to be pretty good. This is a big game.
Yeah.
I think Hugh Freeze really needs to win this. Kickoff is at 6 o'clock Central Time. It's the only game, I believe, on at that time on a Friday night before the Saturday. I like that. Nobody else is playing. The whole world can watch it on Fox. 6 o'clock.
7 o'clock. 7, yeah.
Central Time?
Yeah, 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
Okay, 7 o'clock Central on Fox, Auburn at Baylor. Now, is it Ball State, the second one?
Yeah.
Ball State at Auburn. Kickoff is at 6:30. Is that Central or Eastern?
That's going to be Central, 6:30 Central.
6:30 Central. Then they've got South Alabama. They are playing a smaller school in the state. Alabama doesn't usually do that.
Alabama won't do it, yeah.
And I see both sides. I really do. I think he's probably better off if you don't do it. Anyway, South Alabama, they'll give Auburn a game for a while. But kickoff time is 11:45 for that game. And then Oklahoma is a flex game. Jeremy, explain to everybody what flex means.
That means it could be anywhere between 2:30 and 7, but it will not start before 2:30 and won't start after 7. And if you look there, they've got Tulane at Ole Miss, Auburn at Oklahoma, South Carolina at Missouri. Now, I'll tell you, Auburn, Oklahoma would make for a good marquee 2:30 ball game. Tulane at Ole Miss is a very intriguing game. That would be very entertaining. I could expect a 64-48 type of ball game.
I'm telling you now, Oklahoma-Auburn's going to be at night.
You think they're going to put it in North?
I guarantee.
So Tulane gets the early one there. So,
guarantee.
Okay, and then South Carolina, Missouri, I think will be the other night game type thing. You got an ESPN and an ESPN2 game. South Carolina, Missouri.
And ABC, right?
Yeah, ABC will have a prime time and then an ESPN, that type thing. So yeah.
Now, A&M, we were talking about this, and I thought this would be a night game. The A&M game's going to be an afternoon.
So
2:30 kickoff.
You can expect the 2:30 kickoff.
That game's at A&M, isn't it? I think it's at A&M.
At A&M. Yeah.
Well, who else is playing that one? Did you remember?
So
that's a lot of good games that game.
So in the flex window, you've got Kentucky, South Carolina, LSU, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Mississippi State. So there may be like a 3:45 kickoff game, but Auburn and Texas A&M, you can mark it down for sometime in the early afternoon.
And then the big one, the oldest rivalry in the South, they're going to bring it at night. Auburn at night at home versus Georgia. This could be a good game. This might be the Hugh Freeze come-out party game. I think that I'm looking at the schedule. If they win Baylor, they beat Baylor, they're going to have a pretty good year because the next two they win, I think they can beat Oklahoma. Auburn usually plays really well at Texas A&M. Auburn going that Georgia game undefeated. We'll see. We'll see. Then they've got Missouri. That game's at Auburn. What time's that's a flex?
That's a flex game there again. And
now Arkansas is. Go back. Who else is playing that week? Auburn.
So
Auburn, Missouri.
Auburn, Missouri, Texas A&M, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama. I think you're going to see Missouri at Auburn at night.
I think it's a night game.
Yeah.
I think they're going to leave Alabama and Tennessee.
Ole Miss, Georgia, though, it could be your prime time game.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, it will be.
I mean, there's some great games that third Saturday in October.
Like you. I kind of think Alabama, Tennessee will be at 2:30.
2:30.
I hope so. But Auburn, Missouri, that will be a night game, I think.
Yeah.
Now, the early game, Arkansas.
Probably the night game at Neyland.
Yeah.
South Carolina at Ole Miss, though, depending on how the Gamecocks could do.
That's bigger than Kentucky.
Yeah. And then Kentucky, Auburn. Probably that ESPN2 type game.
Yeah, I'm with you. Kentucky's like the, Sorry, Wildcat. Sorry about that.
Watch it.
Vandy is an afternoon game. What's that mean, 2:30?
2:30 or,
Okay.
yeah.
And then who is that, Mercer?
Mercer, yeah.
1 o'clock Auburn before the Iron Bowl. Now, Iron Bowl's flex.
Right. And
I'm used to the 2:30 kickoff. We might see that at night.
I think, you just look around here. Depends on how things go in Gainesville. If you get Florida State, and both of them are doing very, very well, that one could end up at night. And but if Alabama and Auburn are doing well and there's a SEC berth on the line, get ready for an evening game in Tuscaloosa.
We shall see.
Gonna be fun.
Let's jump into the Auburn. We got some more stuff on Auburn. CBS came out with something I totally disagree with, but they made some good points. The most dynamic, unbelievable players of the past 25 years. Number one outstanding player in the last 25 years. Southern Cal's Reggie Bush. As a junior, he rushed for 1,740 yards, 16 touchdowns, scored 4 times on special teams, had his own house for his own family. Pretty cool. Number 2 best player in the last 25 years. You know who it is? And number 2. And really, what he did 1 year is incredible. Auburn's quarterback Cam Newton comes in at number 2.
Once you said the 1 year, I kind of,
If it's 1 year, it's Cam Newton. Now, if you go over career, but I'm telling you, I'd have him up there at number 1. I don't know if I'd have. I think I'd have him over Reggie Bush. What he did, 2010. What did Auburn do? Hey, Auburn won the SEC. Auburn wins the national championship. What did he do? Throw out what? Don't even worry about what he passed for. Just look at what he did with his legs. This is incredible. This guy rushed for 1,473 yards. He had 20 touchdowns. That's not even counting the passing game, which is incredible. This guy is one of the best athletes I've ever seen. He's huge. He can run. He can throw. He's an outstanding leader. I will never forget the comeback. We're at Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Dreary, cold day. Alabama's up 24-0. Mark Ingram fumbles the football, rolls out of the end zone. We didn't know at the time, but that was it. That it was over. Cam brings Auburn back. The guy was incredible. Throwing the ball, running the ball, never giving up attitude. Auburn comes back and beats Alabama. The guy was unbelievable. You know that Auburn team beat 6, with him at quarterback, Auburn beat 6 nationally ranked teams that year. 6. Do you remember the LSU game that year at Auburn? Yeah. You couldn't stop him. No. He ran over people. He ran around people. He outran people. The guy was like, I think he won the Heisman that game. I really think that was his Heisman game. And then in the Alabama game, that sealed the deal, no doubt. But he was like Superman on steroids. The guy was incredible. And CBS says he's the second best player in college football the last 25 years. Between him and Reggie Bush, if I was selecting a football team, I would select the quarterback first. It would be Cam Newton.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, no doubt.
Reggie was good. There's no doubt. But I would have Cam Newton number 1. Now, I take that back. I'm looking at Tim Tebow. I think maybe Tim Tebow I'd have number 1. But Cam Newton would definitely be up there.
Yeah.
All right, this is who else they had in this list. At number 3, Johnny Football. I'm not sure about number 3. He won the Heisman going into Bryant-Denny Stadium, what he did in that game, shocking the world, beating Alabama.
Right.
Number 4, Lamar Jackson. He was on breaking news, FSU. He just scored again. But that's your top 4. Let's go a little bit further. At number 5, Vince Young, Texas. What did he do? He became very famous. Mac Brown's quarterback that beat USC in the Rose Bowl to win the national championship. That was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. This is what I cannot believe CBS did. Tim Tebow did not make the top 25. Really? Explain to me how Tim Tebow cannot be the top 25.
Media bias.
Yeah, media bias.
That's un-American. You can't do that. We ought to ban CBS.
How many Gators made it? Did any other Gators make it?
Percy Harvin, I think, was on there. I didn't write all of them down. Percy made it on there. The highest rank for Alabama was Devontae Smith at 9. I thought Derrick Henry should have been the highest Alabama player, and that should have been in the top 6. He set the record for rushing 1 year in the SEC. But that's incredible. Cam Newton finished 2nd. I thought he'd be higher than Reggie Bush. But to be fair and balanced, I probably would have picked Tim Tebow over anybody what he meant, the leadership quality. And because he did it over, 4 years?
Yeah.
Cam did it in one
season.
That would be the main thing for me. But your Auburn Update has been brought to you by the one and only Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. You want a great meal today? Go see Pat Perno, the city commissioner at Lynn Haven. He is incredible. His restaurant, second to none. College World Series starts tomorrow. You need to be down there watching those games. Maybe if Tommy gets back in town, I'm going to meet him over there. Maybe him, Louise, and Julie will meet over at Beef O'Brady's and have a great time. Great food, but the atmosphere is second to none. They treat you like family. They really do. You walk in there, they got a smile on their face. Their employees never have a bad day. Pat makes sure they never have a bad day because they treat the customers the way you want to be treated.
Plenty of parking and no traffic.
Unbelievable. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Lynn Haven. That's the key word, Lynn Haven. You're down that way. Let's go see Russ and Amber. Get some jewelry.
That's right. And all you got to do is walk in there and say, hey, take a look at this jewelry. Make sure it's not going to fall apart on me. They'll give you a free cleaning, a free inspection. While they're doing that, walk around and check out the fantastic prices on their new estate sale merchandise at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, Highway
Take
77.
care of that skin. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. Go see Dr. Ward. 5 minutes can save your life. He's got offices throughout the Panhandle, Florida. The guy's incredible. Listen to Dr. Ward every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. He's out at Omaha right now as we speak. He's going to give us a play-by-play. What's going on? Listen next Wednesday. You'll get all the information you'll ever want to know. The guy is incredible. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. 2 great locations. Front Beach Road. Where's that at? Well, it's 10908 Front Beach Road. Go past Walmart. Keep on going. It's probably about a half mile on the right-hand side. Beautiful facility. It is huge in there. But my favorite, El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, is right across the street from the Navy base. I'm going to try to go tonight if Julie will go. We're going to listen to some of the best singing there you'll ever see. Karaoke night on Thursday nights. Great place to have birthday parties. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. That means shut up. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
Need a bed and have no space? The Sleep Center has a new Clover Murphy bed. Convert a functional cabinet into a comfy queen-size bed in less than a minute. Easy to use, easy to love.
The Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com. Visit the newly remodeled Mid-South Lumber Hardware and Feed Store in Youngstown. They have a full line of plumbing, electrical, hardware, and tools for your DIY home projects, as well as lumber and animal feed. Now offering not only baby chicks and a full line of poultry supplies, but also bunnies and parakeets. They also carry a wide selection of Duplin wines and gourmet products so you don't have to drive to the beach. Come see us at Mid-South Lumber on Highway 231 in Youngstown.
Need a bed and have no space? The Sleep Center has a new Clover Murphy bed. Convert a functional cabinet into a comfy queen-size bed in less than a minute. Easy to use, easy to love.
The Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
He has a really low passenger rating on Uber. He punched a magician and started a petition to remove the penny from circulation.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael studio.
Is he sane? I have no idea.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Deion Sanders, I tell you what, I hope his health's okay. We were talking about what would he do when his sons got through playing. Would he continue to coach? Would he coach in the NFL? Whatever. He's got some kind of health issue going on, and he made some comments that he's doing well. But he hadn't been to Colorado in a while, staying up in Texas or his house there. And I don't know if it's the blood clots. I don't know what's going on. They're kind of keeping it quiet. So y'all keep Deion Sanders in your prayers. Hopefully he'll be healthy and be able to coach this year. And if you know what? He doesn't really need the money. He'd be giving up $10 million a year. He doesn't really need the money. But if he's really not 100% healthy, does he say, you know what? Jeremy, I've coached my kids. Now I can go watch them play in the NFL. I'm just going to take it easy. Or does he keep on coaching with a health issue? I wouldn't shock me to see him step out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you're at that point coaching for some of the intangibles, not for
and he's got all the money you could ever have. I think he's been pretty smart with his money.
Yeah.
So we shall see. All right, I never thought there'd be any other coach we could say is better than Kirby Smart. Nick Saban's gone. The greatest coach in college football right now is Kirby Smart. He's got the national championships. Why is he so successful? This will give you an idea right here. 5 stars, okay? 24/7 Sports, they rank their players. Since 2016, Kirby Smart, the greatest recruiter out there, has signed, listen to the number, 39 5 stars. Why does he win so much? He's got the best players. He works them hard. He's got a great coaching staff. He's a great head coach. Now listen to this. Auburn, Florida, and Tennessee, since 2016, Kirby has got 39. Add Auburn up, add Florida's up, add Tennessee players up. You make 5 stars combined they have? 17. 17. They didn't even have half what Georgia has. 3 schools.
Yeah.
Auburn, Florida. How can Florida not have more? They got to do a better job recruiting. It's all about, well, let's take it back. It used to be all about recruiting. What we know now going forward, we have
Show me the money.
Yeah. Who's got the money now? Texas Tech has spent unbelievable amounts of money right now. $55 million is the number we heard.
That's the Lubbock surcharge.
Well, you know who their big alumni just sold his company for $4-something billion. He's friends with President, our great president. So it's all about the money now. Oregon going in the state of Alabama back-to-back years, taking their 2 top players. Ohio State coming to Alabama, getting their best players. Alabama recruiting only two years in a row, where Auburn's got the other 8, and Alabama got 0. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But if you want to win, you got to have great players. You cannot win without great players. You can lose with them, but you can't win without them. I don't care what great coach you are. You got to have ball players. I think the same thing in basketball. You got to have somebody that can play. You can coach them up all you want. If they can't shoot, they can't rebound, they can't move, they can't win. And coaches get too much blame, and they get too much glory when they win. It's all about the players. But Kirby, the secret of Kirby Smart, he can identify players quickly. He can recruit like no other. But will that be enough going forward when people now can leave anytime they want to leave?
And find more lucrative opportunities.
Yeah.
Because they really are business transactions.
And he has pointed out right now that the depth at Georgia is not what it's been. Now, I've been hearing Georgia's going to be really, really good next year. Most of the experts think that. I'm not sure. Conrad Moose said they're going to be really, really good. So we shall see.
So we shouldn't trust it.
Yeah, I don't think you trust anything anymore. The game's changed so much. Would you even want to coach now, college football?
It's like Jeremy says, it's a business. You know, the stay 4 years, get your degree it's not. It's not what it used to be. So you're chasing dollar signs after every year. Even you see people or kids not even finishing years anymore.
Not even finishing now, yeah.
All right, this is the chances to win, not to win, to make the playoffs, and it's the Blue Bloods. Texas, 8. I'm going to tell you what, Jeremy, all the hype on Manning, I don't know. I got to see it.
Yep.
You have to show. I'm not sure Georgia's going to be. I mean, it still might be Georgia. But here we go. Texas, they give them an 83.9% chance to make the playoffs. Georgia came in second, 78.6% chance to make the playoffs. Alabama came in third, 66.2. We're talking SEC. Tennessee comes in at 38.5. Now, Tennessee with a quarterback situation, if they don't have a good quarterback, he's going to take a lot of heat. Because of the way that thing was handled, the way he didn't when he want to play in the playoff games, they should have had that figured out. But if they win, he's going to look like the GOAT.
Yep.
But that's your 4 top teams. Who's number 5? Who is number 5 best chance to get in the playoffs, according to the experts? Who do you think it is?
Penn State.
Who?
Penn State.
No, I'm talking SEC.
SEC only. LSU.
This is what is unbelievable. All the hype on LSU, coach saying we got a roster, a championship roster.
They're not in it.
They're not. Well, they're in it, but they're not where I thought they'd be. The next team is Texas A&M. Elko can coach. They got money. We shall see. They give Texas A&M 34.3. Now, the team I'm saying you better watch out for, I think Lane's going to have a good year.
Lane may have lobbied for a slot this year, of the last year.
Yeah.
He's said enough over the course of the year that even if it's on the margins, he gets the nod.
I'm with you. And that quarterback they have, they lost a great one, there's no doubt. But I'm telling you, this kid they got here athletically is unbelievable. I think he's the real deal. Ole Miss is at 30.7% chance. Then it's LSU. 30.3. If he's that far back in the SEC, there'll be a new coach at LSU.
Yep. Yeah, you won't make it on the Bayou and the expanded format sitting at the house.
After LSU, and I think this is a surprise team, I think you better watch out. They're going to be good. There's 2 of them that are going to be really good. Auburn's going to be good. I'm in on Auburn. 21.8%. I think they should be higher than this. Their receiver group is one of the best in the country. Their offensive line is good this year. Defensive front's good. Defense across the board's good. There's no more excuses. And you're an Auburn guy. It's time to win at Auburn. It's time to win. The next team is South Carolina. I think they're pretty down. I think they're too far down also.
Too far down.
They've got some good defensive players. They got a quarterback. I think South Carolina's got a chance to be good.
Schedule's not favorable.
It won't shock me if they beat Alabama at home. They've done it before.
Yeah, still think you got Clemson sitting out there at the end of the year. They were right on the cusp.
Clemson's back.
Yeah,
I really believe that. South Carolina, 20.3% chance to make it. Next, which I totally disagree with, Oklahoma, 18.4. And what I totally disagree with, that Florida's behind them. They only give the Gators a 14.5% chance to make the playoffs. If Florida wins 9 games, they're in the playoffs. They'll go 9-3 with that schedule, and they don't put them in, then their committee members need to be fired. That's the toughest schedule in college football. If they can win all those games, they win 9 games, they should be in there. And I think this could be the year that Florida pulls up and beats Georgia. We'll see. We'll see. Missouri's supposed to be good again. They only give them a 9.2% chance to make the playoffs. Arkansas, 8.2. Kentucky, wow. It doesn't get any worse for those Wildcat fans. 3.3.
All right.
Their liquor's higher than that.
So let's talk about, and this gets into the sort of things you don't want to talk about. Strength of schedule becomes one of these sort of X factors, but the Blue Bloods, as you opened this segment with, seem to get a mulligan that others don't get.
They do.
If
because
Kentucky,
of the tradition and everything like that.
Right. I mean, and I'm sitting here as an Alabama fan claiming it. I mean, there was a lot of lobby around Alabama last year, and we saw that team was not really that good, but there was still a, hey, would you rather face a 9-3 Alabama team or face an 11-1? I mean, and
Indiana.
Yeah. Is it fair? Probably not. Is it reality? Yeah. So these percentages also have a weight on them, where Kentucky would have to go. If Kentucky ran the table in the SEC and lost to Louisville in the last game of the year, there'd be folks going, nope, bounce them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They should. They should.
I don't like
Whereas
I love this with him.
Yeah. Whereas other schools might drop that last game, and South Carolina playing Clemson would be an elimination game, particularly because it's interconference.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point you make. I got to ask Wildcat. Wildcat, I need you to help me. I'm going to ask you first, and the other two can answer.
I'm here for you. What do you need?
You have two teams to choose for between the two worst chances to make the playoffs. The two teams are Vandy and Mississippi State. Mm-hmm. Which team has the worst? Is it Vandy or is it Mississippi State?
I'm going to say Vandy.
Who do you think? By the experts, not by us, by the experts.
Worst team. I don't like
worst chance.
Worst chance.
Worst chance.
I don't like. Yeah. Worst chance. Probably Vandy.
Worst chance.
I think it's Mississippi State this year.
Mississippi State Bulldogs coming dead last.
Really?
0.7. So you're saying there's a chance.
So who's the agricultural land grant and who is the research D1 in Nashville?
Yeah. Their money
Where's
should
the
go.
Money?
You put all the money in the baseball program. That's a great baseball school.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, I hope Brian's not listening, but they don't have the money. They don't have that much money to go buy big time players.
At Vanderbilt?
No. Mississippi State.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Mississippi State doesn't have that money.
People forget Vandy beat Alabama last year. Vandy had a good year last year.
Vandy's got plenty of money if they want to be a football program.
In the quarterback back, he came back. Their quarterback's back at Vandy. Vandy was second to last, 0.9. So that's your SEC chances to make the college football playoffs. I'm still saying I thought Texas would be outstanding this coming up year. I think they will be, but I'm not sure. I'm not sold on Manning. I know he's good. I know that. But let's just see if he's that Heisman Trophy winner good like they're already predicting. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure about that. I kind of think the best quarterback in the SEC is down in Gainesville.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm with you. Manning's going to have to perform on the field. So.
And I think the guy at Ole Miss is going to open some eyes. And, of course, LSU's quarterback's back.
But to my previous point, why does Manning get the benefit of the doubt?
I think it's that name.
Bingo.
I think just like you mentioned about these teams.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some of our great sponsors. We love all of them. They do a fantastic job. Pat, love you, brother. Listen to Patrick every Monday, 8:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Turpro Pest Control. You want that yard to look beautiful? We can make it happen. Call Pat. They'll be out there. Your yard be beautiful. Kyle Vandegrift, love him. Hopefully we'll get Kyle in here tomorrow. Vandy Roofing. You're looking for a roof, only one place to go with. That's locals. That's Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They're number one. Not even close. Steve's Bike Shop. Love Steve. What a great coach. What a great man. You want an electric bike? You want the old-fashioned bike? Steve's Bike Shop. Right across the street. They've been doing it since 1979, I believe. It's unbelievable what Steve has done. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Love Jason, that crew down there. Family owned. Locals taking care of locals. That is Stevenson Air Conditioning. And, of course, the legend, the man himself. The robotic surgery can be performed by no other than Dr. Chad Mitchell. The guy is incredible at everything he does.
MD.
He can do it. He can do it. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Braves are back.
Here comes the throw. It's late. Braves win.
And ESPN Northwest Florida is your exclusive radio home for Braves country.
He just wrecked that thing. Straight away center, a homer for Riley.
Sales, Strider, Acuna, Ozzie, Riley, Profar, and Coach Snitker lead a stellar lineup. Listen live nights and weekends on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Thursday. Mostly sunny and likely thunderstorms this afternoon and evening with a wind at 10 miles per hour out of the south and the high of 86. Tonight, look for a mixture of mostly clear skies and a chance of thunderstorms with a temperature near 79. Tomorrow, a high around 85 and some sun in the morning, followed by light sprinkles. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
good.
Hi, folks. It's Tracy from Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Did you know that we have a master jeweler right here in the store? That's right. She has over 20 years experience in the art of repairing jewelry. Most repairs are done within a week, so don't send your jewelry off for 6 weeks. Bring it to us at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We size rings and solder chains. We can reset your diamond into a new setting and even custom design. You'll get your jewelry back quickly and looking as good as new. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, Bay County's trusted jeweler for over 50 years.
He doesn't try on clothes at the department stores. He just rips stuff off the hanger and lives with the consequences for years.
It's classy, it's intriguing.
He's sexy, sassy, and full of spunk.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Jeremy, Josh, and the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, Wildcat himself. You look good. I like that shirt. You going to the beach today?
Yeah, well, yeah, I thought I might.
Dancing a little.
You like my little Hawaiian?
You're looking good, man.
Get up there, yeah.
You didn't say anything about why I have my. Ask me why.
Why do you have your Texas
Well, I tell you why I did,
shirt
Jeremy.
on?
Ethan Boyd. I thought about Ethan Boyd this morning. I said, you know what? I'm gonna wear that shirt he got. He got me this.
Very cool.
Yeah, Ethan Boyd. I got a lot of different shirts at different schools.
Wonder why he never calls anymore. I mean,
well, heck, he's working. He's working hard out there in Texas. He went to work for another company. He's a graduate of Texas A&M. The guy's what a wonderful. We loved him.
Great guy.
He was fun.
Loved him, that guy. All right, high school football, college football, basketball, baseball, sports in general is never over. It's year round. Let's face it, it's year round. You got summer league baseball going on, football players in the weight room, volleyball teams going on, everything. Explain to everybody out there how it works. We used to have, back in the day before you were around, we had summer money. And we would divide it up. And I always paid Bill Thomas more than anybody else because he did a great job throughout the year. And you give the coaches certain hours. And some of them didn't want it. Some of them aren't going to work in the summer, but most of them did. That's gone away with the budget cuts and everything else. Now, Tommy told me back then, said, have the booster club pay for the summer hours. And the schools that could, they did that. The schools that couldn't, they did not do that. But explain to people out there how it works. Some people say it's voluntary. You can't make it mandatory. You can't. The summer vacation stuff like. Tell us what's going on in Bay County right now in the sports world.
I think the key thing is that there's a provided opportunity, right? So you can't make cuts until your tryouts during the season, right? So let's say you didn't make the basketball team last year. Basketball season isn't until November, or October. So you have the summer to, go into the voluntary workouts and go to whatever opportunities provided. They go to team camps, like a lot of these colleges host team camps or 7-on-7 camps, or, for volleyball, basketballs, baseballs do their little summer league. So throughout the summer, sports don't stop. I would argue to say it gets a little busier because you got, volleyball's in the gym from 7 to 9, and then football's in there for 2 hours, and boys basketball, then girls basketball, and you got baseball, softball in the fields. You got track. People are doing training at Tommy Oliver for track throughout the day. Like it's a pretty cool time because for me, I get to go around and kind of watch the practices and watching the skill trainings and everything. But it's off season. We all know how important it is in sports and athletics, but it is truly year round. So it's an opportunity for those kids who are projected to make teams to continue their skills, and for coaches to kind of see what they have, and for kids even who might have not made teams or fighting for spots to take some ownership into getting better and to being around the coach to give opportunities to get better. And
yeah, you get a great opportunity for every individual athlete to get better, just trade. That to me, the key to any sport is the weight room. I don't know how the bigger, stronger, faster. You want to basketball. You want to be a better jumper. Go do a lot of power.
Weight rooms are packed every day. If you look amongst all of our high school campuses, there is somebody in the weight room at least for 6 hours straight. Mostly football because they have the majority of kids. But I see baseball teams, basketball teams, soccer teams. There's wrestling teams. Everybody's in the weight room.
Yeah. If you're not doing it, you're getting behind the board. I tell you what, too. Do they still turn off the power on Thursday? Good. That was just to drive me crazy.
The rolling blackouts.
You go back in there on Monday. I don't know that was here in Lee County. I can't remember. I can't remember much anymore. But they would turn the powers out for 3 days, and the heat and humidity. You go in the weight room, there's rust everywhere. It was.
Getting you ready for Friday night in August.
Yeah, solid, no doubt.
And not here. No, our summer programs. Our coaches are pretty. I mean, they work. We got great coaches. They work so hard, and they put a lot of hours in the summer that people don't see. But I mean, you have to. I mean, people love it. You know, it gives kids opportunities to do more than just from start of the season into the season. We all know it's, especially for our multi-sport athletes. I mean, some kids are going from basketball practice to football weights to then going to get some training on the track or whatever they might be interested in. But there's a lot of opportunities.
I can remember at Arnold way back in the early 25 years ago, 24, 23. They would, we have players, the football team, we'd lift in the morning, we practice in the morning. Back then you could do whatever you want to do in the gym if you didn't have certain equipment on. So we did everything. Then at night, they'd go play basketball. Mm-hmm. They'd be out doing the basketball thing with a basketball coach. Mm-hmm. Jeremy, what about the churches? Because, it's such a great thing when the kids get involved in sports, they stay out of trouble. I was trying to think if, maybe the young kid. Do y'all do anything at church? Y'all have an open gym or anything like that?
So, it's interesting. As opportunities for kids have increased, I have actually seen a shift in the churches to us getting really focused on what we are doing because we see our own kids going, hey, I've got All-Stars, I've got team camp, I've got these things happening. So we've actually gotten a little more laser focused around the few things we do. I think churches really were kind of supplementing because, the explosion of travel ball was not a thing even 10, 15 years ago. Now the kids have opportunities. Now, do we still do camps? Do we do, but we pretty much outsource the athletics this time of year because the schools are so heavily involved. But
do y'all focus with the elementary students, like summer Bible schools?
Yeah, we finished a huge vacation Bible school last night. 150 something kids coming through, and so we have those things. Then they'll have maybe a couple camps or mission trips for the youth. We've got a group going up to Kentucky. We've got another group going to Honduras. So there are opportunities, but they're a little more specific, limited, and we're trying to work within those pockets that are still in the calendar.
I had a text here, a very important question from Trump wants to know this. Have you put any pressure on the county AD for the Tommy Santamont Christian Athlete of the Year?
We need
to John Hancock of Montgomery.
The Jimmy Hitchcock.
We talked to you about that before, right? They did that in Montgomery, the best athlete student. Who I can't believe they had a committee that voted on.
Right,
that's cool.
Very distinguished, best all around, best male, female.
Wouldn't that be a great
athlete,
one to name it after Tommy Santamont?
With their athletic performance, academic performance, just character.
Yeah, cool.
Really.
I got a text here that said the county AD said, shouldn't Jeremy be doing this? So I don't know. Y'all are both in the room. Y'all need to get together.
Jeremy doesn't have enough to do.
Put more on his plate.
Let's put Wildcat in Georgia. Can you do it? How much time we got?
Oh, you got about 2.5.
Oh, good. Good.
But we do have several things, that take place through the year, and I know many other churches do. But the piece that I am kind of watching, and it sort of factored into the first part when we were talking about our trip to South Dakota. The summer's getting shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You think back to when school got out and when school returned, the 2.5 months is now down to about 7 weeks where the kids are not really out. And, the discussion about the 4-day school week, which went away when the state said you're not going to do that. But I looked at the number of weeks we're already at 4 days. Pretty substantial.
A lot.
Yeah, at least one a month, if not two a month in some cases. Right. Veterans Day, Columbus Day. Yeah, I mean, so there are a number of days. And to me, it disrupts the rhythm. I get the holidays,
I'd really have a longer summer.
But I'd rather have the longer summer.
Not be a student in school.
Right.
Josh, I want to ask you this, and not putting you on the spot, but
that means you put me on the spot.
But do you ever see the budget getting where we could bring back summer hours for coaches?
I'm not sure. I know even here's a unique thing is, as more opportunity, as the state of Florida provide more opportunities for non-traditional schooling, you lose out on FTE money, and being the system, that's your bread and butter is how much money you get from the state. So with non-traditional, which is great. I mean, I'm all for the best for our kids, whether it's traditional or non-traditional, because we have both participating in our athletic programs. But educational opportunities are expanding in terms of non-traditional opportunities, and the side effect of that is public school budget cuts.
We got you next Thursday?
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Jeremy, you'll be back?
I'll be back next Thursday.
Good. I think Tom will be here. Hey, why don't you guys have a great weekend. Keep Ron Logan in your prayers, Wildcat in your prayers, Michigan Eddie, pray for all these people. We're out. We'll see you tomorrow. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Have you ever wanted to reach out and smack someone?
Sit your ass down and shut up!
Call or text the Afternoon Underdogs on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida with your rants, hot takes, picks, and takedowns.
This is unacceptable at the University of Alabama!
This should go 7 games. You've got to have a bad game at some point.
The Red 7 T's studio line, 850-215-62.